Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, VTM. I hope you guys are having a good time. Hope you guys are staying safe. And today we're going to talk about my experience of being in prednisone. And, it's a drug that I was put on. It was a steroid for my autoimmune disease. And we'll talk about, my experience being on it and my withdrawal. All right, so let's get into the video. So I started taking prednisone November of 2019. And when I first started, I didn't see any side effects. And my doctor was like, you might gain weight because it is again a steroid. So you might start gaining weight and things like that. And, you know, for me, on the contrary, I was losing weight. And I was happy about that because I was like, when they told me you might gain weight, I was like, I've been wanting to lose weight, and for me to gain weight would just put another deficit on this thing that I'm already trying to beat. Again, when I started, she said take one pill every day for 2 weeks, and then after those 2 weeks, take it every other day so that you don't get all the side effects. And I think that helped me. And then I was doing it, so I did it in November, I did it December. And during December, I went to go get my first infusion of IVIG again. And it was 5 days. For some reason, it just makes me so nervous whenever I get my infusion. I have my anxiety kicks in really quick. And I started panicking. I haven't had any panic attacks, thank God. But, my anxiety started to kick in. And I remember just trying my best not to, worried and be conscious of that this was something I needed to do. I know, that's what me and my doctor agree upon and made the decisions that I should be on prednisone and I should be getting my IVIG infusion. So it's just like January was not the best month for me. I had the worst, literally the worst time of my life, because I was in so much pain. So much pain. The pain didn't let me sleep. I remember I basically showered and then I told myself I'm gonna put myself some icy hot and hopefully I'll feel better tomorrow morning. But during the night I couldn't sleep because just the pain was just shooting down my leg. And so I didn't have a very good night's sleep because of that. And I remember I gave myself a massage in my back, and I usually do it with my knuckle or the ends, the middle part of my fingers, just to get in deep. And then the following morning I was like, I need to wake up, call the clinic, and see a doctor. So that's what I did. I called the clinic. I made an appointment the same day, and after that, I took a nap for like 2 hours, and then I woke up and I asked my roommate if she could drive me there because it was just so much pain. And she said, yeah. So then she took me, I got to the clinic, and then to top it off, you guys, the clinic was on the 3rd floor. So I had to walk to the elevator, and then from the elevator to the, door, which is very complicated. But I got to the clinic, and because I just couldn't, they finally called me. I tried to get up, and I'm having the hardest time to get up. The guy is calling my name and I'm like, I'm right here, just give me a second. It's just, I'm in so much pain. I'm trying to move as fast as I can. And so I get to see the doctor, and the doctor is like, so what's going on? And I told him, I said, I'm just in so much pain. I don't know what's going on. And then he's like, oh, I'm just going to prescribe you a prednisone. And I told him, I was like, I'm already in prednisone. My neurologist has me in prednisone. And he was like, well, this is how you cure it. We usually give people prednisone. And I said, but I just told you I'm already on it. And then he said, well, I'm just going to give you 3 days worth of it. And you're going to take 2 pills each day for 3 days. And I was like, okay. And then he said, it's probably your neuropathy. And it's just a flare-up of the neuropathy. And this sometimes lasts from days to weeks, to the months. And I said, not to be rude or anything, but I know what a flare up is for me. And for me, typically a flare up is I get pain down my arms, and even at work, I'll be at work and the pain is so unbearable that I have to like literally drop my arm. The pain is so strong I can't lift my arm. Just feels like I'm walking with, you know, a limb attached to me. And sometimes it'll go down my legs, and you know, that's what I define my flare-ups to be like. And so, you know, I told him, I'm not trying to like, you know, be rude, but I know what a flare up is for me, and this is not a flare up. Because he wasn't even gonna like, you know, examine me or anything, and I was like, I need to be examined, and he looked, and he's like, I don't see any bruise or anything, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, well, he's like, the only thing I can give you is the prednisone. I was like, you know, I told him what I did the following day. I was giving myself a massage, and then he also said that they could give me an injection, but the clinic had already given me an injection because maybe at the end of December I had gone to the hospital because the pain was just so unbearable. So I went to the emergency room. They gave me an injection of, I can't remember the drug, but they gave me an injection, and you know, they sent me home, and then I went to the clinic like 2 days after that, and they gave me another injection, and I was like, okay. And so he's like, you just have to go back to the same clinic. And I was like, you guys are the same clinic that gave me the shot. And I guess he didn't understand what I said, but I was like, okay, sure. And so, you know, at this point I was just like annoyed and irritated because I was in so much pain, and this person was basically not validating that. So then, you know, I got back into my prednisone the same way. He prescribed the same medication, and you know, I was trying my best, you know, and then finally I started to feel better. And then after that whole thing with my back pain, I started to notice that I was getting hungry all the time. I started to notice that I felt huge, and then people started to mention it to me, and I was already not feeling well. And the one thing that you can do to help somebody when they're in pain and they know that they're gaining weight, it's not to tell them that they're gaining weight. I was so irritated when people would tell me, it looks like you're gaining weight. Are you gaining weight? You look a little bit bigger. You have a tummy now. You have it on your chin now. And those are the kind of comments that I would get from my friends and, you know, even my roommate. And, you know, I got to the point where I was like, if you're going to comment something about my weight, I would rather you keep it to yourself. Because I'm aware of the things that are going on in my body. I'm 100% aware of the things. That's when the prednisone side effects started to take effect, and I was getting blurry vision. My mood swings where I would be like super happy one second, and then I would randomly start crying the next. The insomnia was just not helping either. My increase in appetite, you know, bruising. Sometimes I would wake up with bruises, you guys. Headaches, dizziness, the nausea not so much, the stomach pain, the bloating. It was just getting to me. And so, you know, after that, I told myself, I just want to cleanse my body from all this medications that I'm on, which it was just the prednisone and the tramadol, and I was like, I'm getting off of them. So then I made a decision to, you know, slowly come off the prednisone, and I started to take it every other day, and then I started to break the capsules in half, and I would take it every day, 5 grams, just to, you know, reduce it. And then I would go from the 5 grams every day to every other day. And then I slowly, completely came off. And you guys, that withdrawal symptoms and the way like my mood swings would just come and go, I was so irritable that I would literally snap whenever somebody would make a smart comment around. And you know, if you were one of those people, I apologize for that. It wasn't completely my fault. You know, I was coming out of this medications, and that's what made me that way. And I was, you know, I just couldn't do it anymore with the mood swings. And I was just like, I'm so fed up with all of these things. I can't do it. I know that these medications are supposed to be good for me, but I cannot do it anymore. So for like around 2 to 3 weeks, my attention span and my patience was like this. for everything and anything. And, I apologize to my best friend because I did tell her, like, I'm sorry that I'm being like this. It's just, I'm coming out of this medications, and it's hard. It's really hard to come out of this medications and, not be able to process them. So all these things are part of it, of me coming out of this medications. When I was finally reaching the picking point of me being completely off the medications, my mood started to kind of like hit this plateau where it was better. I felt happier. I felt balanced because that's what I was wanting. And thank God I'm off of it. I was like, I can't wait to shed this weight off. Because you guys, I'm not kidding you guys. I gained like about 15 pounds. And I went from 177 to almost like 185 in literally less than a month, within 2 weeks. And I was like, I cannot do this. I cannot gain so much weight. And you guys saw it, like, my first video, and in my second one, you guys saw my under chin. My under chin was like this, like this. Okay. And now, if you guys see, it's a little bit more tone. This week has just been a blessing for me. And I know, we're all going through it because we're stuck at home. But I'm telling you, things will get better. We're in a really rough patch right now, but things will get better. So, just keep at it. Another thing I want to mention, you guys, is literally, I almost wanted to cry this week because I went to the grocery store, and then for some reason there was music playing, and I started dancing, like just dancing down the, aisles. And out of nowhere, I tried to do a pirouette, and I was able to do it. And it just felt so good to be able to turn and do things the same way. Um, it was just so emotional for me. And I remember I was so happy. I didn't start crying. Um, but at the same time, I tried it a second time, and I was so happy, and I wanted to jump out of joy, but I was, in the middle of the store. And, I don't know how to say this, but it was just everything for me. And, again, I've been picking up this new routine where it's like I exercise 30 minutes a day to 40 minutes a day, here in my room, with either a YouTube video or a follow along. I've done body jump. I did a Zumba class yesterday, just to, get your body to move. And, I I've been feeling so much better, and I've been feeling like I'm losing my weight, and I feel a little bit more slimmer. The bloating is still there. Some of the good things that came out of me being on the prednisone is that I'm a little bit more in touch with my feelings now. Because prior to that, I would used to watch, like, emotional things, emotional dramas on either a TV show, a movie, and I would not cry, and I wouldn't feel anything. And for some reason, now whenever I watch something, I am a little bit more emotional, which is a good thing and it's a bad thing because I'm not used to it. Me being a little bit more in my feelings and more aware of them has helped me so much. You guys don't understand how good it feels sometimes to be able to cry, because, with the amount of pain that I go through sometimes, it does get hard. It is hard to, go through your day and have so much pain, and you can't do anything about it. And everybody's telling you it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. And I'm like, it's not going to be okay. You don't know if it's going to be okay. And I know everybody does it out of care and love, but sometimes instead of saying it's going to be okay, what you can do is like, how can I help you? Or what can we do to make you comfortable, or be a little bit more, understanding. And I know that can be different for everybody, understanding somebody's pain, but sometimes the best thing you can do is just, just be like, all right, let's do something fun to take your mind off of that and put that energy into something positive. That was my experience with prednisone. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys got to know a little bit more about me again. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification button, and make sure to stay tuned because I will try to upload twice a week since we're going to be here till April 30th. See you guys. Bye.